Hello everybody and welcome to my Fluffal Deck profile update. So this will be post Soul Fusion and post the import of Frightfur Patchwork, card that we finally got after a very long time. So that card actually makes this deck really insane. Just huge consistency boost, and yeah. So starting off, 3 Fluffal Dog, still the searcher of the deck, of course. Searches you any Fluffal. This is your normal summon you want to go to. You can bait out Ash and stuff like that. So your Patchwork can resolve. 2 Penguin because helps you shape your hand if you use it to fusion summon. Like, it's a mini graceful charity. Also gets you more monsters on the board if you want to use it to link summon. 1 Owl because searches you any poly. So if you do have Brilliant Fusion, you can Dog and then search Owl normal to search for poly, which is actually really good because you get monsters on the board and you're able to search for poly and go +1. And then 3 Bear because you can set Vendor directly from your deck. Vendor you can send Wings off of to draw a lot of cards if you can resolve Wings. Bear and Wings together are a +1, which is what makes this deck really consistent, besides Patchwork, of course. So we're still playing the insane draw engine with Bear and Wings because it's really good. And then other Fluffals are Cat and Rabbit. Cat to recycle Poly if you use Fusion Summon, and Rabbit to grab back any resources that you can use to summon again for like Sabre-Tooth or something. Rabbit's actually like a new experiment like over Sheep because I haven't really been using Sheep that much and I don't think it's all that good. But Rabbit really just, it grabs you more resources so you can actually use Fusion Summon, which is, in my opinion, better than Sheep. Next, for the Edge Imps, we play 3 Chain, of course, and the 1 Sabres. 3 Chain can search you any Frightfur card if it hits the grave. Sabres you need to make Tiger and Wolf. Chain is also really good now because it's searchable off of Patchwork, which wasn't possible before because you could always search Sabres but never Chain. The good one you can never search, but yeah, now you can do it. And obviously, you need the Chains and Sabres to Fusion Summon, and 1 Garnet because you play Brilliant Fusion. Onto the spells, you play 3 Toy Vendors, draw discard engine of the whole deck. Really, if it hits the grave, you get to search for any Fluffal, which is really awesome because you have so much search power, so much draw power in this deck, especially with Vendor. And yeah, just consistency in general is great with this card. And then 3 Patchwork, this card's even better because there's basically no cost. It's a pre-preparation of rights that is searchable in the deck. Grabs you Polymerization in any Edge Imp, so you can search Chain now. And yeah, you usually want to be able to resolve this, so you would bait out with like Dog or something. Bait out hand traps, I mean. 2 Poly and 1 Fusion Sub. 3 Polys is theoretically better, but Fusion Sub, recycling the Fusion monsters actually does come up. Especially since I only do play 2 Sabre-Tooth. And yeah, but there are times I want to be able to summon using monsters from my hand with Poly. But it's the substitute does come up, so I do play it. 2 Frightfur Fusion because I play Lanfarincus, the generic Link 2, which lets me, generic Link 2, which gives me 2 arrows, and then Fusion can banish from grave, which is really good consistency for any Fusion deck. And then 1 Factory to extend your Fusion plays. You can search both of these from Chain, and there's some pretty cool, really easy to resolve 2-card OTK combos that resolve Factory a lot instead of Fusion. There are times I wish I had more than 1 Factory because it's a continuous spell, it can get popped, and if you lose this, you actually lose a lot of potential to extend your Fusion board, but more than 1 is also a brick, so I'm back and forth on playing 1 or 2. Next, 3 Brilliant Fusion. This card's awesome because you can send Wings and gets you Seraphinite, so you can use the Link off for Link 2 easier. But especially sending off Wings helps you resolve the destruction effect of Vendor easier and the draw effect of Wings easier. So 3 Brilliant Fusion. The 1 Instant Fusion because you can summon Sheep off of it, but it's not that big of a priority in my opinion, so just the 1 Instant Fusion. 2 Goods and 1 Foolish Burial. Goods, if you send Vendor, you can search for any Fluffal. Burial, you can send Wings or Chain, and then you get their effects off of that. And the 1 Monster Reborn to bring back any of your guys if you need it, specifically like your fusions after they've gotten cleared or something. Yeah. And then the 2 Called by the Grave to keep your plays from getting interrupted. The deck loses really hard to Droll and Lockbird, not so much to Ash, because you have so much searching, but Called by the Grave is able to stop any hand trap, so you really want this to help, like, OTK your opponent easier. So, extra deck is basically the same. There's not much that actually you can change. So, 2 Sabre-Tooth again, and then the 2 Kraken. I want to mention something about Sabre-Tooth is you don't need to play 3 copies. 3 is really good, but you can play with 2. I need to pick up a 3rd one, honestly, but 2 is still perfectly playable. You only need 3 if you're in a very tight spot and somehow you've exhausted both with your Sabre-Tooths and you're in a grind game. 1 Daredevil just for beatdown. 2 Tiger because you're able to clear the board of basically anything. If you use Frightfur Fusion to summon Tiger, you get to blow up a bunch of stuff. 1 Wolf because if you blow up the board with Tiger and they clear it with like a Gamma or something, you can make Wolf off of Frightfur Fusion and attack for however many times you use the Fusion. And then 2 Sheep because this is the card you want to end on if you don't get to go second. Because it does have recursion, it floats back, and something really cool is Sheep and Sabre-Tooth. Because Sabre-Tooth gives everyone 400 extra attack. If Sheep crashes and comes back, it hits 32, which is the exact same amount as Thunder Dragon Titan. So you can run them both into each other, and since Sheep has recursion, you basically get to do it for free. Obviously, it's not the most practical, but it actually does come up a lot more than I thought it would. Then there's 1 Starving Venom Fusion Dragon because you can make it in theory with any 2 fusions or any 2 Edge Imps. But I mean, I haven't resolved this that much, but when I do, it actually is really good because it does gain the attack too. 1 Seraphinite because you need this to resolve the Brilliant Fusion. Not much more to say about this. And then that's it for the fusions. And for the links, I play Lanphorincus, the best link monster in the entire game. Don't even at me because the 2 generic link arrows pointing down, and the fact that you can use any 2 monsters, not just effect monsters or anything. This card's insane in this deck. And then Decode Talker, whatever, right? Just a link 3. And then link 4 Borolo Dragon to out problematic monsters. So that about sums up the deck profile, or the deck update. I did take out the Plan Engine because, well, we have Patchwork to help consistency now, so we don't need any other text. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.